If it has anything to do with the Malian people, why are they also victimizing the same Malians that they are trying to protect? So it cannot be so. So the military could have still, engaged the terrorists in constitutional manner. Suspension of Mali have caused a hardship on the citizens. No, suspension of, suspension of the three states that their governments have been taken over by the military, have stopped the citizens from accessing ECOWAS Court of Justice. The question is, what is the legal basis for that? The legal basis for that is enshrined in ECOWAS instruments. ECOWAS Court is an institution of ECOWAS. It cannot work in isolation from other ECOWAS institutions, except it is empowered to do that by a special law. So as it is, the moment a state is suspended, it ceases to work with all the all the institutions of ECOWAS ceases to work with such a state. And the ECOWAS Court of Justice inclusive. I mean, we took a trip to the ECOWAS Court of Justice to have a conversation with them on how to mitigate this. They said it can't come from them. It has to come from us and from the parliament if this has to change. But as it is now, once a state is suspended from ECOWAS, it does not have access. The citizens will not have access to any of the ECOWAS institutions. That is how it works. I think I basically touched on all the questions that were directed at me. If there are more questions, I'll be very glad to respond to them. Thank you.
Merci.
Thank you. The University of Science and Technology, Kwame Nkrumah. Don't you have any question? Do you have one or two words to say, please?
Speaker, I want to thank you, and also members of the Parliament, ECOWAS Parliament, we thank you for the opportunity. In particular, I also want to thank the Secretary General for giving us the platform to present our research, the findings of our research. Madam Speaker, in our case, there are no questions in particular directed to us. First, we want to appreciate this body for listening to us, and also your recommendations. They are noted. However, we would like to make a request that by the time we finalize the report, which is going to be in both English and French, we would like the opportunity to have this report probably hosted on ECOWAS Parliament website. And also there are other tools that this study will develop. So we hope that there will be opportunity also to present those tools to you, and then if they can be hosted on the website for easy access of every parliament within the region, that will be a good one. And on a final note, we will also continue to engage with the national parliaments at their respective countries. And we hope that friends that we've made here, by the time we come knocking at your national parliament, you will be the advocate and then also the door opener for us to be able to continue our engagement. We want to thank you for the opportunity.
Merci.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, I hope you are satisfied with the responses. Having said that, I can only thank all of you. Thank Amnesty International, HURIDAC, WABA, and the University of Science and Technology, Kwame Nkrumah, to have presented the human rights situation in our region. I can imagine that it's not an easy task, given the sensitive nature of human rights. I must call on you to carry out more investigation, to be able to back your observations with useful information. We can also find a way of resolving conflicts, because when you say that when there is a crisis in a country, there's a noise. There is need. I must thank you once again on behalf of the Parliament of the ECOWAS Parliament, and I hope that you have the opportunity to into other issues in our upcoming sessions. Thank you very much for coming.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers collègues.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, I think we have exhausted our agenda. The next session will take place on the 27th of June from 10 a.m. And we have the following items. We have a presentation and adoption of the report of permanent committees, joint committees, ad hoc committees, and reports of ECOWAS fact-finding missions, and the report of infrastructure, free movement, joint committee on industry, private sector, energy, mine, macroeconomy, and economic research. Report on joint committee on administration, finance and budget, telecommunication, and information technology. Where there are referrals, you have AOB. I have a presentation. I have a write-up on AOB. Honorable Olujimi is inviting colleagues to an evening outing this evening by 9 p.m. Afro-Asia Place, Afro-Asia Place. Peace Maestro 36. I can't read this thing very well, please. I can't read it out very well. But there's an invite to all colleagues or parliamentarians. It's going to be by 7 p.m. 7 p.m. If you can read out the is written in big. If you can read it out, that's the venue for the meeting, for the evening outing. That would be good. The protocol officer will be here to ensure that we get to the venue of the evening outing.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the dinner will take place at Afro-Asia Place, Papier Metro, 36 Lingu Crescent, Aminu Kano Crescent, Usetu. And the protocol people will be there. Mary Rose will be there with the buses to take you from your hotels to the dinner place. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Can you repeat the address?
Merci, Monsieur le Secrétaire.
Thank you very much, SG. Are there other questions to be raised on AOB? Honorable Ayariga, you have the floor.
I just thought it would be difficult for members to proceed to the place from here. People might want to freshen up before they go to the dinner. So if we could make arrangements for people to move from their hotels to the dinner venue. And then also ask the SG to repeat the address. He mentioned it just once. It was a bit fast, so we couldn't write it down.
Thank you, dear colleagues. Would you want us to have this dinner by move it forward to 8 p.m. please? Would 8 p.m. be better? 8 p.m. since we are still here. Look at the time. You don't mind? Don't you mind? I want this proposal because we have